Welcome to 30 Stages. We are here with Brent and Sara Tubbs. They are the owners, operators, and everything in between at the Spotlight Theater. I'm here with Knox and Frank. And we just wanted to interview you guys today and ask you guys some questions and hopefully you have some fun answers.
Oh boy, no pressure.
Yeah.
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
So just as like a ease into question, just to start the interview. For people who may not know, can you tell us what Spotlight Theater is and how it came to be?
Yeah, so we, the building that we're currently in, which is Spotlight Theater now, used to be the Scottish Rite Cathedral. And they were the owners of the building ever since it opened in 1929. And so the previous owners bought it in 2018 and said, hey, what do you think about, they approached us, it was a friend of ours, and said, what do you think about running a theater company out of here? At the time, Sarah was in a show already, and she was like, absolutely not.
It's my fourth show of the year.
Yeah.
She was we do back-to-back show, because that's what we do. What was I in at the time?
He was
Annie.
Annie.
Yeah, I was in Annie. Grace.
Nice. Good role.
Yeah. But then we walked in here and looked at the room and was just like, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Why is this not being utilized? And so then we said, well, if we don't do it, someone else will. So we just said, all right, let's go for it. And we'll...
It was like Jerry Maguire, like, who's coming with us?
Yeah.
Who's going to help us do this?
We had a lot of friends that were already in the theater community, so we kind of asked them, we're like, hey, if we started a theater company, would you want to do a show? So, started in 2018 was our first show. Was in the summer. It was a play, All the Great Books Abridged. And that was kind of our soft opening, and then our first big major musical production was The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which we're doing again next year.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I have a question, if I can do that. How do each of you, like, when you guys fell in love with each other in just theater in general, what show just, like, made it stuck in?
Spark for
Yeah.
me. Yeah, so it was summer before my freshman year, and I kind of got thrown into theater, like happens to a lot of people. I was at a summer camp and with my friend, just hanging out with her. She was doing the acting camp. And then, of course, they had somebody drop out of the show, and they're like, hey, will you do it? I was like, sure, okay. So I had this teeny little part, and my dad took me to see Phantom of the Opera. I was probably 14 at the time. And he took me to see that, and we were in the front row, and you could see the spit coming off his mouth. And one of the scenes, it was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And so, and then I listened to that soundtrack on a CD on my Walkman over and over and over and over. And I've seen it several times since. And like that show was it for me. It was just absolutely incredible. The music, just everything. It totally just was a magical moment for me, and that was the start of it. Never stopped ever since. Remarkable Mr. Pennypacker, that was the name of the play.
I have a question. Did you meet because of theater? And if you did, how has sharing your work become, shaped your partnership?
Good question. We actually, funny story, we met twice. When I was going to school in Fresno, California, and then was looking to move to Los Angeles, a friend of mine was already living down there, and we asked if we could stay on his couch for one night while I looked for an apartment.
It was my couch.
It was her couch. And so we were already there kind of hanging out, and she got off work and showed up, and we're like, oh, we met, and I
was dating someone at the time, so I was, not looking, so.
And so we just met, and then we ended up, I think we watched a movie that night.
Yeah, what was the movie? It was
Kung Fu
Some ridiculous movie that you watch like when you're in college, you know.
Yeah. So it was just a chance meeting. It was one night. 2 years later, we were both at an acting camp for Steppenwolf Theater, and we just kind of got to talking, and then I don't know how we got
Figured it
back
out.
to
We're
it,
like,
but
oh
we
my
figured it out.
gosh, we've already met. What?
Yeah,
This
it's
is
like, wait a
crazy.
minute. I slept on your couch one
She's
night.
like, was there a crazy cat there? He's like, yes. I had this crazy cat named Mittens that just attacked everybody.
And so we were that. It was a 2-week intensive acting camp that we were doing at the time, and so
And it was called Summer Arts, and that's why we call it Summer Arts at the Spotlight, because that's how we met. And we just, yeah. So when we created that for here. But yeah, so as far as the partnership question, he's my best friend. We always like, you're my best friend. Marry your best friend, guys, because it really works out well. We just always have worked really well together. And so, yeah, when we started it, our love for theater and our experience, we both have a lot of experience in theater. So I got my BFA in musical theater. He went through the improv Second City thing in LA. And we both have worked at a ton of theaters, in the box office, backstage, on stage. We both run our own businesses before. So like when we started this, it's like, well, we have all of this experience. Like now we get to kind of put it all in play. And it kind of morphed into like him doing kind of more the tech stuff and me doing a little bit more with the children's company, because I also have my teaching credential and I teach 8th grade ELA too. So I kind of took that part. He kind of takes this part, and we just kind of help,
And she keeps all the schedules together.
Yeah.
That is not my forte. So she keeps everybody in line.
And he does the lights and puts sets together and figures that is not my forte. So we just kind of have figured it out, over the years. And it's been a lot of trial and error with a lot of different things. We've learned a lot over the last 7 years, and I'm sure we'll continue to learn a lot. And we always believe that to have a successful business, you have to ebb and flow and come up with new things. It can't just be stagnant and remain the same, right? And that's not art anyway, right? Art is always evolving and changing and growing, and you're doing it together as a collaboration, right? All of you guys, we all do it together. It's never me and Brent are running this, like we are all running this together, and we know that we cannot do it without every single person that's involved at this theater, because it truly is a village, and no two people can just do it alone, for sure.
It's very lovely.
Yes. I have another question. It's actually not on our list. I'm just
good. You
know,
sound smart. See?
I did theater, so these things just come to my mind.
We get it.
So you guys run this whole place, but there's a lot more to this than just the theater that goes on the main stage. There's a lot of extra things that maybe go on downstairs, or there's a lot of cool places I've seen upstairs that I don't even know anything about, having just moved here.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about the extra things besides just theater?
Yeah, so there's several different businesses in here. There's actually 8 different businesses that are inside this building. There's Quad City Music, which is on the 3rd floor, and they do a lot of therapy through music, but they also do just regular music classes, like guitar lessons, drum lessons, that sort of stuff.
Voice lessons. They just took over some more rooms downstairs, so they're even expanding.
And then on the 2nd floor, we have a dance studio that does dance classes, and a yoga studio that does yoga classes. And then there's also a craft maker. I'll just say that because I'm not 100% sure what exactly he does, but I know they make crafts for all sorts of different craft fairs and that. This floor, obviously, we have the Blueprint Bar and Lounge and the theater. And then our lower level is we have a full-service kitchen in there, and they do prep-to-table meals, as well as comedy sports, which is in our studio space. Excuse me, that does improv comedy every Friday and Saturday down there. It's a very busy place.
Yeah.
You enjoy it.
Yeah.
I have one again. What has been like a favorite part or just like memory you have of doing Spotlight?
Oh, it's so
man.
hard. There's so many good ones. I mean,
Yeah.
I still think back to Hunchback, our very first musical, and I'm like, how did we do that? We had like 7 microphones.
Yeah.
We had an incredibly talented cast, and that's, and staff. So, but we whipped that thing together, and it was so beautiful. And that will always be a moment. Our first musical too, because that's typically what we do, our musicals, and it was our first one, and it was just so special. And yeah, I'd say that for me.
Yeah, I think even going further back, we did a grand opening night.
Oh, yeah.
That with any new business, you always think, oh gosh, is anybody even going to show up? Is this going to be anything at all? Well, we did a free night, kind of like a grand opening, but we did a performance, and we had, I think, like 50 people involved in it.
Lot.
And it was, we
Yeah.
did like a couple preview songs from like upcoming shows that we were going to do, and we had this big like opening number that it was from La La Land. It was a big dance number, and then we closed with like everybody singing.
We did a children's number from
Yeah.
Matilda because we knew I don't know if we knew we were doing that show at the time, but we knew that we were already going with our kids' classes at that. That was one of the first things we started too.
Yeah, so it was, again, we're like, oh gosh, I hope people show up. This place was jam-packed. I mean, the entire building, every seat in the theater was full.
Standing room.
We had to
With, like,
move
7
our family up to the balcony seats because they were taking up a whole section, but we said, we got to kick you guys out because there's more people out here. So we moved them up to the balcony. And we found out later that even once the show started, out here in the lobby and the rest of the building was still packed with people. And I think we determined that there's probably about 1,000 people in the building on that day. And it was just like the energy was just
it was
crazy.
awesome.
It was, everybody was on their feet and cheering, and it was just such a cool night that was like, okay, well, maybe
It was called Opening Night at the Spotlight.
yeah, we're like maybe people will support this. So
Yeah.
Look how good that turned out.
yeah. Here we are, 8 years later, still going.
Yeah.
So, I have a question.
All right.
Why do you think theater and the arts matter so much to a community like the QC?
Oh, well, you guys know there's just, for being a performer to being an audience member, as a performer, just being able to express yourself and get up on that stage. And, we've seen so many kids come into they have a really hard time like speaking in front of people. They're really nervous, and then they come and they do a show, and then all of a sudden we've seen them like at church doing readings in front of a whole congregation, and we're like, oh my gosh, and their parents are like, well, they never would have done that before. So it's so important as an artist and just as a human being to have that experience, to get up there in front of people and just create. And like I talked about before, the collaborating with people, like getting to do that with one another, it really forms these bonds and these friendships, right? That, like I always say, there's just nothing like your theater friends. I mean, you experience these things together that, like, not like regular people, but most people don't in the world don't experience that. They don't experience creating that together. And then as an audience member, it's so nice to just sit back and just kind of forget what's going on in the world maybe, or what's going on in your life, and just get to experience a beautiful piece of work and see your friends up there doing it.
Well, and theater is such a hard business to get into if that's the road you want to take for a career. That a lot of people that we have do our shows are here because they just love it, because they're not necessarily doing it because they're making all this money and using it as a roadblock to get to Broadway. Sometimes that does happen.
Mm-hmm.
But we always say, like, this is people's bowling league. The same way that there are people that have bowling leagues, that have softball leagues or soccer leagues, and after work they want to go and just kind of do what they love and just have fun with no pressure of, like, oh, there's an agent in the audience and they're here to watch me. To just be able to enjoy it and just do what you love. And so we always say this is people's bowling league where they get off of work and they get to come here and just have fun and hang out with their friends and do something they love. So that's what we feel like that's another thing you can provide the community is just having that for people to do.
Everybody needs something like that.
Yeah, it's an escape and a way for them to express themselves.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I have a great question. Is there like a dream show that you guys have not done here yet that you really, really want to do here?
Yes, there is. Well, for me, I have a dream role / dream show.
Mm.
Someday, Quad Cities, you will see me as Donna in Mamma Mia. Sorry. It is a dream role. I have to do it. I saw that show with my mom, and like I would love for my daughter to play my daughter in it too. Of course, that would just be so cool because I saw that show with my mom many years ago, and it was just a wonderful experience. Like experiencing that with my mom and that show. It's the daughter and the mom, and so like that will happen someday when I look old enough to play Donna. We're not there yet.
Mine has kind of had to shift because we've done 2 of my dream shows already, which were Little Shop of Horrors and School of Rock. Those are both shows that I was like, oh gosh, I'd love to do those shows. I love those shows, and so we've knocked those out.
Yeah.
So I think the next one on my list would probably be Beetlejuice. Would be a super fun show to do.
Yes.
Because I just love that show.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I think for directing for me, the next show I would love to direct someday when it comes out, as Outsiders, because I teach that book at school too, so it's really special. And it's just such a good show. We're actually about to go see it, so we're excited about that. So someday it would be awesome to bring that show here too. Yeah.
So I've only done theater for 1 year. If you just for people who just started theater, what would you say to them? Just
Keep doing theater. Keep
Much as you can.
as much as you can. Just experience. Be a good human. Because that is number one. People, you can have all the talent in the world, but if you're a jerk or you're not fun to work with and you're just rude or whatever, people don't want to work with you. So, be a good human. It's always number one.
Attitude definitely trumps talent.
Yeah.
Every time.
And it's happened on casting tables. Oh, wow, they were so wonderful. They're so talented, but they're so hard to work with. So I think we can work with this other person and get them where they need to be. So let's help them because they're a good person. That's what we would rather work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And roles don't matter. Ensemble, you almost get way more experience being in the ensemble than being cast in a lead role. But it's so many shows just rely on the ensemble, and
Backbone.
It kind of has a stigma sometimes where people are like, well, I don't want to be in the ensemble.
I only got ensemble.
Yeah, I only got
Again.
ensemble. Well, they're just as important, and we really try to emphasize that too to everybody, especially in our kids classes, where it's like the ensemble is a big part of the show that you can't
have Belle walking through the streets and singing with nobody in the village. That would be weird.
Yeah.
I'd say you guys do a really great job of creating a community where it feels like everybody is involved at the same level. And there's nobody higher or lower.
Yeah.
Because I've only done 1 show here, but my experience was great. Everybody was so nice. Nobody was like, oh, I'm better than this person or that person.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was playing a lead. Sometimes I wanted to be in the ensemble.
Right?
I just stood on a box while everybody was around me dancing, and I had to look mad. And I think the only night I got to enjoy myself was when we did pickup rehearsal.
Oh yeah, I saw some pictures of that.
I was dancing on the stage during that song, but I think ensemble is like really fun.
It is really
Yeah.
fun. You get to get these, like, create your own character and have relationships with other people
Yeah.
on stage that you get to create and make these little moments that are yours. And, like, maybe a few people in the audience may notice it at some point, but that's really fun part about being an ensemble too. Yeah.
My question now?
Another question?
Sure. Ugh. It's gonna be like kind of like the show you want to do, but like what character do you think relates to you the most in just musical theater you played or just one of else?
I mean, right now, probably Donna and Mamma Mia. Except, well, not because I have like a daughter off getting married, but our oldest just found out he's going to be going to Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design for college.
Congratulations.
So he's a senior, and that's kind of like watching him grow up, and he's going to be going off and spreading his wings. Our daughter's a junior, and she already is talking about what she wants to do. So she really is like slipping through my fingers. So I think that is another reason why I want to play that character, because I can relate. You know, our kids they grow up so fast. Every parent, knows what I'm talking about. And all of a sudden, one day you're just this little guy, and then all of a sudden you're just this big guy and going off, and you're just, what happened? So I'd say right now, of course it changes, but right now, I would say it. Probably her.
Here.
What about you?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know.
Back to you.
Yeah, I'll have to think about that one. Beetlejuice.
Okay, I have a question. What excites you most about the future of Spotlight Theater, and what do you hope people feel when they walk through those doors?
Okay, I'll do the first one
Okay.
if you want to do the second one. So for the future, we want to see even more people come and take things over. So already we've had, kids that start out as young as you, or younger in third grade, and now they're in high school or college, and they're starting to choreograph or do things where they're starting to be on staff, which I just think that is amazing to see you guys. We want you guys to take it over, and we want to just sit back and just enjoy it.
I'll still be running lights and
No,
sound.
we'll still be involved,
Let's
of
be
course,
honest.
yeah. But it's really cool to start seeing the youth step up and start doing and be having interest in like directing and choreographing and things like that. So that is really cool. Really, really cool to see.
What was the second part?
What we want people to feel when
Oh,
they
yeah,
walk
that's
through
right.
the doors.
So we, from day one, have put a big emphasis on the experience that everybody has, whether you're an actor, a director, an audience member, somebody just peeking your head in through the doors, that we want everybody to have a shared experience and a great experience when they come here. Because theater is, in every aspect, not cheap. If you're going out to the theater, you're spending a lot of money. So we want it to be an experience that you can remember, that you can take with you, and always think back, oh yeah, remember we saw that show there? That was really awesome. So we always just want people to have a great experience. And whether that's, helping them change their seat, making things easier for them, or, providing yummy desserts in the lobby at intermission, and having this bar, which was not originally here when we first moved in. So it's all about the night and the moment they step through the doors is feeling, and this is, I think, the biggest compliment that we can get, but we've had several people recently, especially with Cinderella, that say like they just feel like they're at home, like when they come here, like they just feel like, oh, it just feels like we're at home. And that's the biggest compliment we can get, because we want people to be comfortable. We want everybody to feel welcomed, and that they can just come here and relax and enjoy themselves.
I want to be like the Disneyland.
Exactly. Okay, so
Okay, now you just
now you open the door.
Yeah.
We're huge Disney fans. So, we've been to Disney World more times than we'd like to admit. She was in the Disneyland parades out in California. But there is a experience aspect to that. When you go to Disneyland or Disney World, it is an experience that you're leaving
You're
with.
immersed. You walk
Yeah.
in, the smells, the sounds, everything.
And so we take everything that we look at and witness and
Yeah,
experience.
we'll be standing in line for a ride and be like, ooh, look at that. Oh, we
Yeah,
should
what if we did that out in Moline?
That would be
Yeah.
cool, yeah.
And so we take all of that and we tie all of that into everything we do here because, I mean, steal from the best, right? So, yeah, we take a lot of inspiration from Disney World and Disneyland and to help create that experience for people.
I'd say it shows. It does. It really does.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it works.
Says the dude that just played Genie in Aladdin and killed it.
Alright. Well, I think that's all the questions that we had prepared. So
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thank you
Yeah,
guys.
thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for being a part of it.
Thank you
Yeah.
for everything you do here for us, for the community, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to do the interview, even though
course.
you are in your pajamas.
It was pajama day for our rehearsal today for Chicago Teen Edition.
It's about feeling at home.
Yeah.
It is
Exactly.
That's why people feel
at home.
because you're
Because we're in our
yeah.
pajamas.
You got to be comfortable here.
You should've
That's
just done
great. Awesome. We should have all worn pajamas for the
Yeah.
interview.
Listen.
But yes, thank
Maybe
you.
we'll do it next time.
Next time. There we go. All right. You have like a little closer, like something you want to say, like
Do you have like a catchphase?
No.
that was
Peace
us.
out.
Shut the camera off.
Come see a show.
Curtains
Yeah.
closed. Yeah, come see a show. There's so
Come be
many
in a show.
so many great things coming up. What
Yeah.
what else coming up? You guys know better than me.
Chicago Teen Editions mid-January, and then we got 9 to 5 in February.
This is 2026, in case you're watching
Yes.
this in the future.
In case you're watching this like 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll always have a lot of stuff. Spotlight Theater, QC.com.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
What Secret Garden?
Oh, yeah.
Secret Garden, then
West Side
West
Story.
Side
West
Story.
Side Story.
Then
Exciting.
Frozen.
Frozen. That one's you're gonna get a lot of people for that.
Yeah.
I've done Frozen. The sheer amount of people that tried out for that show.
You're coming out, right?
Oh yeah, there were more girls than guys, which is why I got a good role. But yes,
Always the case.
everybody wanted to be Elsa. I wanted to be Elsa, and they gave me Hans. But no, yes, that one's gonna be me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then,
Yep.
yeah, we're bringing
The
Hunchback back.
Hunchback.
Susical.
And then
And
Susan.
Susical.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And a bunch of kid shows in between.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that's all for this interview. You guys can check them out on their website, which is
The Spotlight Theater with an RE, QC.com.
yes, and definitely come see a show. The shows here are phenomenal. This is Knox. This is Frank. I'm JT, and we'll see you in the next one.
Curtains closed.
Yes.
There you go. Catchphrase.